Hello everybody, Marcus here. I thought I'd do a little hardware review here of the Retron 5. Anyway, let's get to it. This came out earlier in last year, 2014. Well, I call it the Retron 5 because it can do Famicom, this is the Japanese NES, NES, SNES, Genesis, as well, as you can see here, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and also it can do Super Famicom, as well. If you have a master base converter for the Genesis, it can do Sega Master System. So it's more than just, I know the 5 was named for the five consoles, but actually it can do a little bit more than that, which is kind of cool. Anyway, the system feels that this one is very light for having all this awesomeness you can in it. It's a very light console. Like, it feels like I can, I don't want to say it feels, I don't want to say it feels cheap, but it feels very light. And what's cool is also, even though it comes, hold on a second, it comes with its own controller, which is right here, including its clicky buttons and stuff. But you can use this to play games. But what's good about it, I was thinking there. What's good about it is it has spots. Like, I know these have been for SNES controllers, as well as an NES controller and Sega Genesis, and it has them on both sides. Although I got these protected as well. And what's cool is, if you have these games support, if you have a Genesis controller, but a whole lot of Super Nintendo games, but no Super Nintendo controllers, you can actually use the Genesis controller to play Super Nintendo, and vice versa. And basically, as long as you have the buttons for the game, you can use any controller you want. So basically, you can even use a Genesis or an SNES controller to play a NES game, or a Famicom game, or a Game Boy game, or a game, or what have you, which is just really cool. And also, what's cool is, as you can see, I got this SD card, so you can do, like, there is firmware updates for this. So I can just, you download the update, you put the SD card in, and you can update it. And also, what's cool about it as well, for those of you who like to enhance your games, you know where I'm going. This has, you can download Game Genie codes for this. Although it's not built into the system, although to note, the system does have some built-in memory, but the SD card helps. It runs the cheat codes from the SD card, which explains why I got this sticking out like a sore thumb. And also interesting, because this was made of HD in mind. As you can see, this only supports HDMI. No no component, no composite, no RF out. This is a strictly HD retro console. And to me, that's not a bad thing. It's really cool. And also, there's a space for the power and to charge the controller, which is cool. So yeah, but anyway, but anyway, I really like it. It's really cool, and as you can see, you can see a little bit of smudges, but I've used this a lot. And when I first got it, it was pretty not as smudgy and likeless, but it's still pretty cool. And I know there was another iteration that was like white, like looked more like a Super Nintendo, but I think this is pretty cool. And I think also, as I'll demonstrate in a little bit here, when I saw the early reviews of this, I think, like, they say, oh, it takes forever to turn on the power. Well, when I turn on the power for this one, it doesn't take as long to boot up. It doesn't take, it doesn't take as long to turn on. Because early reviews for it had it being very slow to boot up. And also, the games fit in not too bad. They can still get grip. But it was nowhere as near as the reviews said it was. So, anyway, enough, without further ado, now I'll go on the second part of this review. And I'm going to do some gameplay footage, although I'm not going to use a capture device. I'm going to shoot it at the screen or something like that, just so I can provide my running commentary. So anyway, let's get to it. Well, here's DuckTales, and here, I'm sorry everybody, I'll adjust this a little bit better. This is, sorry about that. Well, anyway, this is DuckTales for the Game Boy Advance. I bought that. I'll turn this down a little bit so you can hear me better. But anyway, yeah, it looks really good on this TV. It looks really awesome. And of course, you can pick where you want to go, or just go to Amazon. And let's just see. Let's see here. Let's see. Here's some game menu. Game specific. No. Oh yeah, we can do colors. Let's see. Oh, you can even do. You can see. We can do different colors. Let's just do dark green. For the heck of it, let's just apply that. Wow, that's cool. About the missförstånd with the But yeah, this is, let's see if I can mess with anything else here before we move to the next game. Let's see, game specific, game menu, settings. Yeah, there's different filters you can apply. I'll just do this one for the heck of it. Oh. See, this is, it looks a little bit less, this looks a little bit less crisp to me. I'm gonna put this, and I'll put, let's see here. This one looks alright. And we'll just put this back to none. Oh, and I think we just froze. There you go. For a second there, I thought we'd freeze. But yeah, you get the, you know, yeah. You get the gist. You get the idea. Well, anyway, we'll pop in a Game Boy Color game. I know, I probably should be blown into it like a silly spoon. Some Mario Brothers. You want to go to the Waterland. This is just good old Mario Brothers. I'm saying that this looks... This actually looks really good. Of course, it's a much... it's a more zoomed in look, as you can see. Yeah, this is, you know, everything looks really big. Of course it was big because it's zoomed in, it's all zoomed in, but it looks really good. And yeah. I'm just gonna finish the level here just I'm sorry for not talking too much. Just wanted to What the hell did I do that? That's funny. How did I die? That's weird. Get the coins again. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of out of habit. I'm gonna skip the 10 coiner. Just for demonstration purposes. And we're not gonna go to the warp zone. I'm just gonna. Let's just go. I'm just gonna go right to the end here. I'm not. Some fireworks. And still, everything looks really well. This looks. Because it's funny because on the Game Boy here, I really gotta. I have to really. Because as you can see, I keep I can move the field of view. It feels kind of weird actually. But yeah. Anyway, I am now let's take a look at some Super Nintendo games now. Wait, first let me think. We'll do an NES game next. Okay, now we're gonna look at Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES. And what's nice is it saves your state. You know, it can remember, and remembers. For me, I put it automatically to save my spot. So if I'm playing a game like, oh, holy peaches and steak, I gotta do some laundry or go out somewhere. You know, save where I'm at. So when I come back, it goes, oh, hey, it's back where I left off. Cool. So let's see what this looks like. Good old, yeah, this looks really good. Up, Mousers, eating me up. Get out of my way, Mousers. Shooting these missiles. And some more. I call these the paper and water soldiers back in the day, because they're pretty easy to kill. Actually, they go down pretty quickly. Get these blue soldiers, these knife soldiers. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. You know, you get the idea. Anyway, okay, we'll return to main menu, and now we're gonna do a SNES game now. Okay, now I got a Super Nintendo game in here. I got some Donkey Kong Country. So let's give us see what this looks like. Oh, nice, a little. Oh, I'm at the save spot actually. Blah. And then we'll go. Oh no, this banana horde is gone. That's not good. That's not good. And it's actually really good. Also, I put scan lines. Those scan lines I put on here. If you haven't noticed. Yay, lives! Better let Donkey Kong out. Oh! Oh, and I died. That's not good. That's not too good. The music is pretty much spot on. Come on, Diddy, swim. Swim, Diddy. Get some. On guard, the swordfish. Again, this looks just wonderful on this. On the Super Nintendo here. On the, the Retron 5. Oh, sorry, Extra Life. I'm gonna get my hit back. Okay. I got some Gunstar superheroes I'm gonna boot up here. And then here, this is basically the beginning of Gunstar Heroes, like Gunstar Heroes for the Genesis. At least the text they're using and these graphics they're using. Like, we don't see that light, it's too late. No, the Earth under one person's power. And then there's just the story, blah 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 blah. See, I really suck at these, so I'm just gonna... What I'm gonna do... You know, it's, of course it looks a little bit better on the Game Boy Advance. And it looks pretty good on here, actually. This actually looks really good. Then I use my Ultra Bazooka and just my supercharged. Hey. Oh, this is cool. Nice! Don't know if you heard that. It's like, I am green. Here we go, the 7th Force. Put out the bazooka. First 7 Force, and now we're going. And then gonna bazooka him some more. And there we go, stage clear. Everything's a little bit pixelated, but Scanlines make it a little bit less manageable. Oh wow, I actually got a new record. Cool. Well, here I go. I got for the final game in this. Sorry about that. For the final game, here's some Wily Wars. I'm just gonna play. Gotta allocate those. Alright, play some Mega Man 2. And of course, this looks just awesome. I really like how this is neat. The familiar Mega Man 2 opening, but I'll skip ahead here. 2 is back to save the world from Wily Mega Man Part 2. He's gonna save it now. Mega. I'm sorry. Sorry about my cheesy singing. Anyway. So Metal Man, one of my favorites. Metal Man, let's get it on. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Good, I'm not. Whooshy. This conveyor belts are really quick. It's kinda nice not having the flicker like the NES. That's a nice change. I'll just go through here. Go through here. Finally, last but not least, before I wrap up here, this also, I think I might have mentioned this when I was showing off the main, what the Retron 5 looks like. I think I might have mentioned that this can play, let me think, this can play hacks and patches of certain Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, or what have you games, depending on the patch, of course. Well, there's another cool little interesting feature that this has, and take this as you will. You know, this can also play ROMs, but you need to update the firmware to a certain firmware update. So basically, you do it. As you can see, it says I have Super Mario World in here, but when I actually here, you can see that it has a Capcom game in here. It's like, that's weird. And you can see patch file loaded. Like, what? This isn't Super Mario World. What craziness is this? As you can see, it's Mega Man 7. Like, that's weird. Why is there Mega Man 7? Well, this is a ROM you can play. It's kind of... Oh, sorry. Basically, this part you can use. You can use the. As I believe, I don't know how it works exactly, but I know you can use you can use one game to play another, which is kind of weird. So yeah, and it does that by patches. Let me just look this up here. You can go online, get some ROMs or whatever, and you go to game-specific settings and select patch. And you make a file here. I've made a file called games, and these are all the games I can play and all that. But yeah. But anyway, it's a cool little feature. If you want to implement it, you can. If not, that's okay. And maybe you can do it for, for Genesis, NES, maybe even the other ones too. But I've only tried it for the Super Nintendo. So, but anyway, I guess before I'll close this video here. With all of that said and done, I like the Retron 5 for all of that. It's a pretty cool clone console, and heck, it even does a lot more, as you can see. But anyway, as if my games, I always say, I will highly, to me, if you're a gamer, and granted, it doesn't play. I have understood that it doesn't do a whole, that it has some compatibility issues, but to me, it plays most of my games that I have. So even though it usually says cartridge unknown, but it plays it pretty well. So don't let that deter you. But to me, I would highly recommend this system. So of course, my recommendation is highly recommended. But I like it. It does what I wanted to do. So yeah, but it's different for everybody. And also quickly before I leave off, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do I plan to start Season 6 of Power Up next month because I'm waiting on something. So I'm sorry I haven't done a Power Up yet this month, but I'm trying out these hardware reviews just for something new, just for to branch out a little bit in for my gaming uploads. Well, anyway, I'm going to review. So yeah, I highly recommend this console. And also, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Power Up, and as well as other cool stuff.